You see, the question that is under consideration here is one of morality, of evil. What is or isn't morally acceptable? And Jack does need to take some responsibility there. He cannot escape some responsibility there. Let's first of all look at what would be considered evil. Now, of course, I do accept, being an atheist and a naturalist and so on and so forth, that there are no absolute moral rules. But that does not mean that we can all have an innate feeling, a moral sense that is perfectly valid within the context of being human. If we see that somebody is suffering at the hands of somebody else, then we would normally consider that to be evil and morally unacceptable. I would define, for want of a better word, evil as being something along the lines of, at least one form of evil would be, if you start pursuing your own self-gratification at the expense of causing pain and harm to other people, that is clearly an immoral way of behaving. That is clearly evil, if you want to use that word. But it doesn't stop there. You see, it is not just that act that is evil, but if you stand idly by while that is happening, you make yourself complicit in such an immoral act. If you close your eyes to such an immoral behavior or act, that too makes you complicit. And that is where the responsibility lies when it comes to Jack. You see, Jack would really love to put this all down to us, the people who do not share his beliefs. He would love to point the finger at us and say, you made your bed and you lie in it. That is his argument, no matter how he dresses it up. He talks about there being the path that leads to salvation, and then the choice of picking a path that leads elsewhere. Obviously that is a form of eternal absence from God, a form of suffering. But what he completely fails to acknowledge is that there are a number of other decisions at play here. And in order to understand how he should look at it, you need to adopt his belief system for the sake of argument. And his belief system boils down to two things. First of all, his God is obviously real in his belief system. And secondly, there is this whole concept of grace that you need to understand. We humans are unworthy of salvation by our very nature. Now Jesus has extended grace to us. He has offered this way out called grace. This is our salvation if we choose to accept it. It is there for the taking. And despite the fact that we are unworthy of salvation, if we choose to accept the grace offered to us by Jesus, we will be saved. That is the long and short of it. Now let's look at what is actually going on there, because it sounds very straightforward, doesn't it? It sounds so straightforward. There is a choice on offer, and if you choose not to take it, then you've only got yourself to blame. But do you?